Welcome to Talk Birdie Mini with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie Mini. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better. Ping will help you play your best. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to the podcast. This is a Talk Birdie Mini, and it's not Dan this time, it's me. I saw a tweet from Top 100 Rick. Got a few followers too, Top 100 Rick. So Ricky, thank you. We look at all things. We're happy to talk about everything. But he put a tweet up about how the golf cart ruined US golf in America. It was interesting, and I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on this. Right, so could you elaborate on the tweet, please, Dan?
Well, okay. I won't read the whole thing out because it's very long. But,
it's a good one.
It's really good, but I'll read a bit of it. So basically what he's done here is he said how the golf cart destroyed American golf culture. He's got a disclaimer that he plays in golf carts sometimes.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is this is not a you suck if you play a golf cart. You wanted to qualify there.
Yeah.
But here's what he said. Public golf culture in the US has a lot of problems, and in my opinion, the golf cart was what changed the game. In the UK and Australia, golf is seen as a healthy social hobby.
That's true.
It's a nature walk while hitting a golf ball and then having a beer with friends afterwards.
That's true.
In America, it's mocked, a lazy man's game, driving around getting smashed. It's slow and often tense, like sitting in traffic. How did the golf cart hurt the game? It takes away the health benefits, horrible for the turf, makes expensive and ugly cart paths mandatory, allows for more drinking. It takes away the natural high, and it allows for bad golf course design. Goes on, there's a whole bunch of other points he makes, but that's the gist of what he's saying.
Interesting.
The reason I brought it up is because I was one of the people, let's say 10 years ago, who didn't really appreciate people driving in carts. I didn't think it was the right thing to do. But once I lost half my lungs on a hot day, right? On a hot day in Australia, I need a cart.
Yeah.
So that changed everything for me. But, you know, when I'm in a cart on a hot day, what I love to do is share the cart, and you walk 9 and you ride 9.
Yeah.
All right. That is a brilliant way to play on a really hot day. But now, you know, when I look around golf courses that are cart courses, it is a shame to see the cart paths and what it does to golf course design. There is nothing worse, in my view, than having a hazard down the right-hand side of a fairway, and then there is a cart path in front of that hazard all the way down the right-hand side of the cart path. And then you know what they do? They put the red line next to the actual hazard, where the red line really should be next to the cart path.
Yeah, true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Now you're a walker and you're a carrier.
I'm a walker, a carrier, and a cart rider all at the same time.
That's
because typically up a cathedral, you get a cart, because some courses
you need a cart.
It's a pretty brutal walk.
Yeah.
I have walked cathedral though, many times. I just carry the half set, and it's fine. I enjoy it. It's good. It's actually a good workout
because of the shortcuts that they have provided.
You can take some shortcuts now.
Beautiful little shortcuts. Actually, beautiful little shortcuts on the old course of the National too.
Very much so.
If you actually, if you know your way
around.
I
played there the other day, and my partner said, "Should we get a cart?" And I said, "Oh, I'm happy to walk." And he goes, "Okay, I'll walk too." He had a buggy, and it was a lot harder for him because I had my little,
and you could do
I could just walk through where I wanted to. There's a lot of sneaky hills there, actually.
Yeah.
But having said that, you know, I lived in Florida for 13 years at a golf course called Isleworth, which was a golf cart course, mainly because in the US they tend to build these housing estates throughout golf courses.
Yeah.
So there is a long distance between one green to the next. Sometimes you're crossing roads. You know, you're driving around a golfing community, getting to the next tee. So it's hard in those instances to walk, because you know, it could be 300 or 400 meters between one hole to the next. So you're almost walking 36 holes basically. Yeah. So I kind of understand those. Has it ruined golf course architecture? I think it has in some cases. It certainly makes it worse. You're hitting your ball and you go, don't hit the cart path, you know, because then it's going to go out of bounds or into a hazard or whatever. It's funny, there's a course I played quite a number of times because I found it in the middle of Orlando called Winter Park Golf Club.
I've heard of it.
And I think Paul Crenshaw might have redesigned this little 9-hole public facility, and they put a little Himalayas putting green in there as well.
Nice.
They had a putting course. And in the evening, the residents could come out and just have a glass of wine and putt on it. And,
nice.
They really enjoyed it.
That's beautiful.
But this course kind of made me fall back in love with walking and carrying my bag again because, the green was there, the next tee's there. The green was there. You played around an old cemetery. It gave you a real, very interesting feel to it. And I really missed it. So when I came back to Australia and started playing here, I thought, oh, gosh, I'm walking again. How good is this?
Yeah.
And there's other benefits too, because I always found when you walk a course, especially when you're carrying a bag, you walk up onto the green, and when you walk from the front of a green, you see everything. Okay, you see what's, how the lay of the green is, how the tilt is. So you actually become a better green reader. If you're in a golf cart, you drive around the back of the green and you walk onto the green from behind.
I agree with this.
And all of a sudden, the green is like, oh, hang on, this looks different. And you don't get a sense. You almost have to walk down to the front to see the whole green again. So you lose the art of reading greens, I think, in golf carts.
It's the biggest sell for carrying your bag.
Yes.
Now, when I first joined Kingston Heath, you were allowed to wheel a buggy and actually park the buggy on the putting green.
On the green. Yeah, I've noticed that in Australian courses, you're allowed to take your cart over green. Some of them.
All the sandbar courses, you're allowed to wheel them straight across. Okay. But what they found is that if the buggy stressed an area, if there's some grass stress, then the power would come through. So once that rule was gone, I used to carry mine. So I was a carrier before I got crook. So I used to carry them everywhere, and I was putting so well.
Yes.
And for exactly what you're saying, you walk onto the green, you're allowed to put your carry bag on the green, just leave it there. And you had such a head start on everybody. Oh. You've got such a head start. You actually had time
to walk around
to do a little bit of homework.
Yeah.
And really understand what was going on. And I was shooting, I was playing my best post-professional golf. I was playing my best social golf when I was carrying my golf bag. When I was carrying my golf bag, just for those reasons. And the other thing was little shortcuts to the next tee. The Kingston Heath was so clever. If you were going to wheel your buggy, you had to do a great big U-turn and then go around that way. This is like, for instance, going from 10 to 11. So on the 10th hole, if you're going to the 11th, you wouldn't walk off the back. You'd just walk off the front, and the tee is right there, and there was a tiny little alleyway. They should have formalised that, I reckon. They should have put the path there. Hello, everyone in Kingston. A little path there with some, what do you call it, railway sleepers or something.
Formalised has become your favourite word of late, hasn't
it? It is. So it's something like that. So I think if you formalise the shortcuts from tee to green, then I think a lot more people will carry. The other thing, being a past carrier, and now I'm a semi-golf cart user, I don't think you should have to carry sand if you carry your clubs, because what you are doing is you are looking after the golf. If half the people who played a golf course were carrying, there'll be so much less stress on the rest of the golf course. And I don't know about you, but I've got an electric buggy these days when I whiz around. If I fill in a divot and there's a divot right there, I'm right here.
Fill in another one.
I just do another one, right?
That's the one downside, is you got to carry a little sand bucket with you, or maybe a little container would be better.
In my world, I'm looking after you.
I like the way you think.
I'm looking at if you, and I reckon if you are, where's my camera? I'm looking at you, golf course committees. I'm looking straight at all of you. If you have got people carrying their golf clubs, they are looking after your course. Don't make them carry a sand bucket while they are carrying, it's ridiculous. That's the most beautiful thing about when you carry your clubs. You hit your 7-iron, you just click it in a little bit. Just clip it in a little bit. You put the 7-iron in. Then you put the bag on your shoulder. You start walking. You grab the towel and you clean the 7-iron
as you go.
If you're carrying the sand, you can't do that stuff.
That's very true.
You got to do it.
No, I get it.
Then you're going to put the club away. Then you pick up your bag. You got to pick up your sand. Please, golf clubs out there, if you want to promote people carrying on your golf course, don't make them carry the sand. Goodness me.
And there's a couple other things too. If if courses are walking courses, then you can introduce caddies, as we've spoken about before as well, because you don't need a caddy if you're driving around in a golf cart. Right. One thing I could never do, a lot of my American friends would do, would be, the drinks cart comes around, they're into the beers or whatever was coming. Yeah. I could never drink while I was playing. It just never sat, it didn't sit well with me. Plus, I played worse if I did try it. Yeah, exactly.
I used to hate it.
Yeah. And then the last thing was I find in a golf cart, I don't have good rhythm because I'm getting up, I'm sitting down, and then I'm hopping back out, to walk 10 steps or whatever to my ball. When you're walking a golf course, you just get into this natural ebb and flow of playing the game. And it's interesting when you walk, you notice who the good walkers are, and you watch them, and the way people walk you can tell so much about their golf swing. The best walker I ever saw on a golf course, and I mentioned it before, Steve Elkington.
Steve, I've heard you say this.
He had the best gait about him. He'd just walk and get to his ball, and naturally he just had one of the best golf swings as well. It was like it was a bit of a walk in the park. Wasn't taking, he's taking his time, not rushing, and his game flowed from there.
Now, after saying all that about walking in a cart, okay, you've just hit a 5-wood or your 3-wood onto a par 5, and you put the 3-wood back and you take the putter and your partner drives off. There is nothing better in the game of golf than a long walk with just a putter in your hands. Yeah. It is a beautiful feeling. You've knocked it on from 260 yards, you take the putter and you just start cruising down the fairway like Steve Elkington. It's beautiful.
And then it becomes a good walk spoiled after your 3-putt.
Lately, that's exactly right.
What's the website? The Twitter page, Top 100 Rick, I think.
Yeah, it's Top 100 Rick.
Yeah, I've just
give him a follow if you're on Twitter.
I just did follow. He did make the point that the comments he's making do not apply to people with disabilities.
Yes.
And I guess elderly people. So I think that's fair to point out too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Medical reasons, like I think you need a medical reason to have a golf cart in certain clubs around Australia. Totally fine.
Give him a follow. He's got some good stuff on his Twitter page.
Give him a follow. Yeah. And by the way, the sand bucket thing, you know how I got around it? A tiny little drink bottle.
Yes.
And
that's what I got to do.
A tiny little drink bottle. You put some sand in, you put it in the pocket.
Perfect.
And if your club's going to do that, then, we can compromise. Nick, go on. We can compromise.
Absolutely.
Nice and simple. Anyway, folks, that'll do us today. We'll catch you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Better, ahead of the game. Ping will help you play your best. And Host Plus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.